Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
Hello everyone. Recently, MediaTek officially unveiled the Dimensity 9500S, and the first smartphone to launch with this chip is the Redmi Turbo 5 Max. Naturally, the big question is how well it actually performs. In this video, we're taking an early look at the Dimensity 9500S and seeing what it's capable of. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Let's start with the core architecture. The Dimensity 9500S is built on an advanced 3nm process and packs an impressive 30 billion transistors. On the CPU side, it adopts a second-generation all-big core design, featuring one Cortex-X9 25 Ultra core running at 3.73 GHz, three Cortex-X4 super cores clocked at 3.3 GHz, and four Cortex A720 big cores at 2.4 GHz. Graphics duties are handled by the G925MC12 GPU, which runs at up to 1.61 GHz. From the specs alone, it's clear that the Dimensity 9500S is positioned as a very powerful flagship level chip. Redmi also pairs it with LPDDR5X Ultra memory and UFS 4.1 storage, so the hardware foundation is solid across the board. With that out of the way, let's jump straight into the benchmarks. In Geekbench 6, the Dimensity 9500S scored 27,739 points in the single-core test and 8,595 points in the multi-core test. Moving on to graphics performance, the phone achieved a Wildlife Extreme score of 16,655 in 3D Mark. Of course, numbers on paper only tell part of the story, so the real focus here is gaming performance. For gaming tests, we ran each title continuously for 30 minutes. The room temperature was kept at 25 degrees Celsius, screen brightness was locked at 200 nits, which is about 75% of the Redmi Turbo Max's brightness, and the device was running HyperOS 3.5.4. First up was Honor of Kings. We tested ranked matches and manually excluded the matchmaking phase from the frame rate data, focusing purely on in-game performance. Under these conditions, the average frame rate reached 120.1 FPS, with average power consumption at 3.4 watts. The frame rate curve was extremely stable, showing almost no noticeable dips. Even the 1% low frame rate hit 114.7 FPS, which translates to excellent overall smoothness. For comparison, we looked at two competing models in the same price segment. Both were able to maintain full frame rates with similar power usage, but when it comes to the 1% low frame rate, their performance was slightly weaker than what Redmi delivered here. One major reason for this advantage lies in Redmi's updated scheduling strategy. The brand's Raging engine has received a full upgrade, combining SoC-level frequency tuning with compilation optimization to allow for more precise dynamic adjustments. The result is stable full-frame performance with lower power consumption. Using Honor of Kings as an example, Redmi sets a minimum frequency for each CPU core and then dynamically increases it based on real-time load. The response is extremely quick, and core utilization is adjusted flexibly according to actual demand. This highly refined scheduling plays a key role in achieving such strong 1% low frame rate results. Next, we tested PUBG Mobile in HDR high-definition mode with the 90 FPS setting enabled. In this scenario, the Redmi delivered an average frame rate of 89.4 FPA, while average power consumption came in at 3.9 watts. Gameplay remained consistently smooth, with very stable frame pacing throughout the test. When compared with similarly priced competitors, those devices showed slightly more noticeable frame rate fluctuations under the same conditions. Looking deeper into the scheduling behavior during PUBG Mobile, Redmi significantly reduced reliance on the four A720 cores and instead leaned more heavily on the super cores for performance output. At the same time, the CPU frequency range became much wider, reflecting the large differences in real-world load across various in-game scenarios. In terms of power draw, the chip can spike up to a maximum of 8.4 watts, which is more than double the average consumption. This clearly shows that when faced with heavy workloads, the Dimensity 9500S is capable of rapidly boosting power output. Overall, its response to changing performance demands is extremely fast and sensitive. In Genshin Impact, we carried out our testing in the city of Void. The team's setup was early night blue with Twin Peaks resonance, and we made frequent use of skills to speed up movement across the map. On the Redmi Turbo 5 Max, the game was running at a resolution of 887p with all graphic settings pushed to the maximum. Under these conditions, the average frame rate stayed right at 60 frames per second, while power consumption averaged 5.4 watts. For comparison, we also looked at rival models in the same price range with similar performance levels. While they were all able to maintain full frame rates, their 1% low frame rates were slightly weaker. When it comes to scheduling, Genshin Impact behaves similarly to Honor of Kings, with both using a minimum CPU frequency strategy. However, because Genshin Impact puts a heavier load on the system, Redmi sets a higher minimum frequency along with a higher ceiling. In terms of power draw, it can spike up to 8.8 watts, which shows a very aggressive approach to releasing performance. Next, let's move on to Starry Sky Railway. The test scenario remained the same, golden hour environment, with constant sprinting across the map. We enabled the custom default resolution option in the game space, resulting in a resolution of 997p and very high image quality. Under these settings, the Redmi delivered an average frame rate of 59.3 frames per second, with power consumption reaching 7.6 watts. Looking more closely at how scheduling works here, Starry Sky Railway places an extremely heavy load on the system, so Redmi doesn't simply push performance blindly. Instead, it applies a smarter, more restrained approach. When the X925 supercore boosts its frequency, performance is already sufficient. To prevent unnecessary performance overflow, the X4 supercore actually lowers its frequency in response, helping to reduce power usage and heat. And in scenarios with extremely high demand, power consumption can still jump instantly to as high as 9.9 watts. By this point, we have a pretty clear overall picture of the Redmi Turbo 5 Max and the Dimensity 9500S. As a flagship level chip, the Dimensity 9500S is very capable on its own, with most games running at full frame rates without any issues. At the same time, Redmi's new Rampage engine optimizations really stand out. The 1% low frame rate stays very close to the average frame rate, which practically eliminates those small, annoying stutters. On top of that, the Soul scheduling strategy further cuts down power consumption and heat, allowing the phone to sustain full-frame gameplay over long sessions and deliver a genuinely excellent gaming experience. With the Redmi Turbo 5 Max being the first to bring a flagship chip into the 2.5K price range, it can confidently be seen as the performance ceiling for its segment. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.